they know what they're doing? Let me tell you another story and then you can decide. And if you're new to my page, my name is Jackie and I'm giving real examples of emotional abuse tactics so that you can spot them in your relationships. About 6 months into our relationship, I started to play saxophone in a concert band that had weekly rehearsals. Before we lived together, my parents would watch my daughter on those nights. When we moved in together, I never once asked my ex to take that responsibility, but he offered. Soon COVID hit and the band shut down, but once rehearsals resumed again, my ex again offered to watch my daughter. Over time, his babysitting offer started to become unreliable. While he never told me I couldn't participate in the band, he did do some things that made me question if he truly supported that hobby. Rehearsals ran every week from 7 to 9 p.m. I would leave at 6:30 and I would be home by 9:30. And every week, like clockwork, he would ask me what time I would be home. I would tell him 9:30. He would say, okay, I'll see you at 8:30. And I would correct him and say, nope, it's 9:30. He would text me in the middle of my rehearsals to ask how it was going. If he saw my Facebook status as active, he would ask, why aren't you rehearsing? I felt like I was being monitored for those 3 hours. And once a month, my band met after rehearsal to have a social gathering at a local bar. I never once attended because I knew it would cause a problem with him at home. Now, if we got into an argument the night before my rehearsal, the following day he would give me some reason as to why he couldn't watch my daughter. I have to work late, or I'm not feeling very well. It started to become predictable. So I would make arrangements to either miss the rehearsal or get my parents to come and watch her. There were a few times where he would tell me that he would have to work, so I would have my parents come over, only to find him tinkering in the garage the whole night. One day he told me the arrangement was unfair because he would babysit my daughter, but I wouldn't do the same thing for his kids. So he felt like the relationship was one-sided. We had previously discussed that I wouldn't watch his children because of some behavioral issues. We had agreed together that that was best. And this had been in place for a few years. It was never an issue before, but all of a sudden, it was a problem. So I told him that if he no longer wanted to watch my daughter on those nights, that was fine. I would just ask my parents to do it. So when that didn't stop me from attending band, he said, fine, but you have to take her to your parents' house on those nights. And I told him, I'm not doing that. It's a school night. My parents will come here so that they can put her to bed. And he told me, nope, your parents are not allowed to come here. My house that I pay for. And when I asked why, he said, because he will look like an asshole for not watching her. Well, if the shoe fits. My ex was trying to punish me for not doing what he wanted. And when that didn't work, he tried to cover the absurdity of his request to preserve his ego, which means he knew exactly what he was doing.